Ryan and Dave Save the World is brought to you by Pump Hero. Pump Hero is an app for on-the-go moms. Pump Hero shows the location of safe and comfortable spaces to pump or provide nourishment for their little ones. Download the app today because you are your little one's hero.
Hey guys, joining Dave and I tonight at the studio, we've got three of Wisconsin's coolest singer-songwriters. We've got for you Billy Bronsted, Mr. Sam Luna, and John Kniepp.
Dude, so here we are again.
Here it is.
There it is.
We're in Ryan's studio today.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
We got some special friends with us today.
Vagabonds, we saw them on the street.
Basically.
we have no home. We only roam.
Actually, that's true.
So joining us this evening, we got, Mr. Sam Luna?
Yeah, hi.
Go ahead and wave. Go ahead and wave, Sam.
So we got Sam here, and we got Johnny Viper.
Yeah.
John.
John. Yeah.
John.
Mr. K-Knife. Thanks.
Johnny K-Knife, the Viper.
Billy Brownstein.
Ooh.
With the guitar in his hand.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, everybody, give me your best, just
Billy's the one that sounds like a frog.
1, 2, 3.
That's okay. That's good.
Wow. So these guys
Nailed
just
it.
got back from Sawmill Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Great beer.
They brought us some growlers, 3 in fact.
So did
Yeah.
the Sawmill in fact sponsor one of those growlers?
Yes. So
Yeah, they did.
Did you tell him about the show?
Is it Connor?
I don't know.
He said
Younger guy with like white hair and tattoos on his hands.
Man.
I don't know.
Sawmill.
I guess that's the kind of guy you know him if you saw him.
Yeah. So I went up to him. He was bartending, and I said, what if you had to give me a flagship beer? I said, like your flagship, like this is. Give me your Sawmill beer, and so he gave me the Ripsaw, and so then I went back to go get another one for I was like, one's not gonna do it, so I was like, I'm gonna buy one, and I said, all right, you gave me the A. Can I get the B beer? So then that was what is the IPA? What's it say on that?
I think it's an APA, isn't it?
It's an IPA.
This one says Boom Decker Becker
Who's drinking that?
IPA.
Who's got that one?
Becker. I don't even know.
Do you
Sam's
guys
got it?
Yeah.
do you know the story of Boom Decker Becker?
Please tell me.
You don't even know the story,
I
dude?
don't even know that
There's an
name.
actual story.
I wrote a song about
a haunted story
Like from-
behind that name.
About this
Yeah?
actual.
I'm dead serious.
about
Yeah,
this-
it's like a local folklore thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Let's hear
dude.
it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Very fitting for Halloween around the corner.
Oh,
Right
right
on.
around the
So
corner.
I'll give the quick version since I was like a kid when I heard this story. But so the school forest in Merrill, Lincoln County School Forest, or Merrill School Forest, whatever you call
creepy.
it.
Fuck.
Yeah. So when you're in 6th grade, when I was in school, when you're in 6th grade, you get to do an overnight, right? It's like it's like camp kind of like, but overnight.
Yeah, don't they
you
have
know?
like cabins out there or something?
No. You're in like a big lodge, and there's like 2 separate sides and
Right
a big
on.
kitchen in the middle. And
Gotcha.
And so they have a museum in the basement with like a timber wolf. If you've ever seen one live, they're huge. It's amazing. Anyway, of all these different animals, and it's a school forest, so they teach you about streams and rivers and leaves and trees, and like, here, eat this. It's good. It tastes like mint, and you're like, oh my god, it does taste like mint. So like at night, dude, then they show you the bear claws on the chalet next to the. See how tall they are? This must be an 8-foot tall bear. Like you're like, okay. And so here we are roaming around the forest. So they're building it up, right?
Yeah.
So at night, they have a campfire, and then at the campfire, dude, they tell the story of Boom Decker Becker. And he's got a huge mural, and they don't talk about the mural until like now, but there's a huge mural along one whole wall of this like lantern Ghost Rider looking entity coming down like a road, but it's real subtle and you don't know what it is. It just looks like a dark road until they bring it up in the story. You can go back and look later, and you're like, oh my god, it's Boom Decker. So story goes that he haunts the woods that surround the school forest.
Do you know why though?
Tell me,
Dude.
So okay, go ahead.
I have
Take
no
over.
idea what. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
When the French missionaries were I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah,
This is
tell
for
the
real.
story. Dude. Tell the story. Tell the story.
When the French missionaries were coming through this area and colonizing it, and evangelizing all the Indians or whatever they did,
converting them, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they write songs
assimilator time.
So they so they were coming, the French were coming through and establishing these settlements along Highway 107, which is where the school forest is.
Yep.
And so the story is that Boom Decker Becker was a settler on one of the early settlers on that property. Him and his wife, like, the village moved on and they stayed. We're claiming this land, we're claiming this spot, this is gonna be our homestead. And in the winter, his wife, they would go down to the Wisconsin River to get buckets of water to, boil or clean their hands or whatnot. She went down to get water from the river and fell through the ice and died. And Boom Decker Becker was never leaving that land. And when you see the lantern, you hear, like, what was the chains, the symbolism behind the chains? There's something about chains, like maybe he tried to get his wife out of the water with chains or some shit. Yeah. But you hear the chains and you're supposed to see that lantern and he's out looking for his wife.
No. Then you're sitting around the campfire, dude, and they're telling the story.
Yeah,
and then the dude, whoever's in the woods, comes out with a lantern, dude.
Scares the shit
out of all these kids. Everyone's like, and they take off running, dude. And they get you, dude. And then you go in and you're like, there's the mural. Oh my God. I think it's just a way to get everybody to go to bed.
Yeah. Get everybody back in the fucking
keep the teenagers away from sneaking out to have cigarettes.
Turn red.
But anyway, so that's the story behind the name of that beer.
Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who's drinking it, Sam? Are you
There's a legend that we have in New Mexico. We didn't have like bears or anything. We had like roadrunners. Yeah, and the chupacabra. Chupacabra just sucks the blood on sheep. But there's the La Llorona. Have you heard about La Llorona?
No.
I haven't heard that one.
Tell us about it.
So La Llorona is this woman who lost her children in the river, the story goes, and so she cries and walks down the river every night calling back for her children. And so parents will tell you, when the sun goes down, don't let La Llorona get you. It's like creepy woman that just
be home before dark.
Really sad story. I'm saying it it's a really sad story. Sad fucking story.
I'll tell you what, dude, coming from a parent, that's a great story, dude, because then your kids don't play by the river.
Exactly.
Dude. I'd tell them that damn story every night, dude. Keep them off that river.
Keep them inside.
Swear to God, I would. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, is that where you grew up?
I was born in Arizona, so on the Navajo reservation, and then moved to New Mexico, and then was 15, moved back to the reservation, 18, LA, and then started moving around after that.
Huh. Crazy. Dude, wow. Okay, a lot there. If you care to expand a little bit, I'd love to hear about it.
How old are you?
36.
36.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You were speaking Spanish a minute ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, my family's Mexican.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's funny because everybody who sees me, they say like how Asian I look.
Well, but then you said
wait, can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah,
people react to
you look
me,
Filipino.
Out in public. Can we talk about like the way that people react to us? Because I think I want to know like each person's experience. Like how do people?
I thought you were
normally,
Asian.
like, react? Exactly. Right? Okay. Like a couple of stories about the fact that people automatically assume that you're Asian in the way that like they like think that it's okay to just ask. They're like, this. I was on a plane.
That's fucking weird.
I was sitting in the back of the plane, in the very back, the last seat, right? And just tired, ready to go to bed. So I fall asleep. I put my hat over my head, and I wake up, and this woman goes, straight for the stewardess. She goes, "What kind of Asian are you?"
Oh,
it's real. It's real, y'all. You heard it first. It's real.
Oh my God.
I said the kind that's Mexican. And then she starts laughing, right? And I go, "No, I'm serious. I'm Mexican." She goes, "Oh."
She was disappointed.
Yeah, she's disappointed. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
dude, I might play my cards on that one depending on how she looked.
Man, I might be Asian for you. You know what I mean?
That could be a good pickup line, dude. Are you single?
What's that?
Are you single?
Yeah, I am now.
Okay.
Oh, that's another
Dude,
story.
Oh my God, dude. I could, yeah. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Audrey, come up here. Come on.
It was funny. There was another time I was in Long Beach. I was with my friend, right, at the convention center. And we get in an elevator, and this woman and her son come into the elevator. And they're looking at me, you know, it's like the awkward little thing. And she looks at her kid, and she like leans over and whispers, you know, and looks up. And then we're in an elevator, and she goes, have you ever been to the Chinese food store around the corner? Yelling in my face. I'm in an elevator, and she's just screaming at me, and I'm wondering why. You know, like, why are you screaming at me? And she goes, Mushu, Mushu. She does that, like, and so I go, Mushu.
You did it, dude. You
I did. And so she's like, this is what she says to her son. She leans over and says, that's how you have to do it. You have to speak loudly and use your hand gestures. That's how you communicate with people who don't speak the same language. Are you kidding me? And so as then the ding stops, right? So the door opens, the woman gets out of the door, and as it's closing, I say goodbye to her in Spanish. And it blew her mind. She was like, huh? And the door closed. Like, end scene.
Oh my god. That's fucking great. Oh man.
Oh my god.
How do people come up to you guys?
Dude, okay. See, that's okay, right?
You know what throws people for? You know,
we all look the same, so
Yeah, exactly.
no. I feel you. This, you know, my day job is I'm a telephone repairman. So, dude, I have a very nice blue button-up shirt that I wear tucked into my black Dickie pants, and I took out my nose ring and I shaved my face and I cover up my tattoos. I wear long sleeve shirts, and but the one thing that always gives me away is my mullet.
It's a pretty sick mullet. Though.
My mullet hangs out the backside of my hat. So no, everybody acts normal when they first see me, but the second I walk past them, they're like, "What the fuck? Did you see his fucking hair?"
Dude,
He's got something hanging back there.
Yeah.
I thought he was a nice boy, but what the fuck is wrong with you?
That shit used to happen to me when I was living in Texas. I had moved back there in like 2008, and I was because I'm from there.
Yeah.
And then I went back to visit my family for about a year, and I was like fresh out of high school. I was like super into punk music, and so like I have like this leather like studded spiked vest and shit. I'm wearing like the skin tight cheetah print pants and like fucking black Doc Martens with yellow laces.
Do you have one of these?
Yeah.
Do you have one of those?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, exactly. I was wearing like two of them at a time. I had like the one around and like one hanging.
Dude, we had an awkward knuckle mole. I was like, oh fuck.
But so I was dressed like that, and I had this I had like a 8-inch mohawk. It was like blood red or whatever. You know, I just looked like a piece of shit, basically.
No.
oh, hey.
You know, I mean,
God loves those people too.
There we go. I'll take it. I like that. So like, I'd be like that, and everybody like would have that like that preconceived notion, you know, about who I am or how I act. But even when I would go to like a grocery store or Walmart or anywhere, like I remember specifically one time I was at the mall in Fort Worth, one of these malls down there, and I had held the door open. I walked in, I held the door open for this couple. They're like a little bit older than me, probably late 30s. I'm holding the door open, and they literally come up to the door and they stop and they look at me and they go, ugh. And they give me that they give me that crazy look. I'm holding the door, and they literally go.
You're holding the door for them?
Yeah, I'm holding the door because they're right by. Yeah, I'm like holding the door. I'm like,
And they almost fucking vomit.
yeah, they look at me. They're just like, they look, and then they like go to the other door and like open the shit themselves. I'm like, you know, no. I'm like,
They didn't even take your door?
no.
He
They
looked so bad. They wouldn't even.
Yeah,
open the
I just
door.
looked
He
like a
was-
total ass, you know. Back in the day, though,
That's
it
probably
was
the
like,
pictures of
ugliest
that?
you've ever looked.
yeah.
Do you have any pictures of that?
I
You
think
gotta put that up.
I
You gotta
think
put
so.
those
I
pictures up. I want to
got,
see it. You gotta attach it.
That's the look, homie.
yeah, dude. I was like just a straight up punk kid.
My
when I was
most-
a
That could be your
kid.
new logo. Is a picture of him.
Holding a door open for somebody and they go around.
Yeah, dude.
Somehow I don't know how you make
Just a
that,
little.
but-
Just make a little comic strip.
Yeah, like
That's all you-
okay,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's cool. Like but of silhouettes, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Dude, I go every day of my life when I tell people what I do. Like they think my sexuality isn't. Well, you know, they assume like I'm gay, right? And so that's crazy.
Hair, right?
Wait, you're not?
I do a hairstylist. Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what's funny about that? I went to Kasha Salon a couple times, and I just happened to find out that you were working there, and I was like, wait, Ryan or David O'Brien? I'm like, whoa, that's weird. Like David O'Brien? He's like, yeah, he was in that band. Blah, blah, blah. There's some older lady, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I know that guy. I didn't know he worked here. That's crazy.
Somebody has the hots for
Do-
Dave.
I did. Well, yeah.
I had to borrow, dude. I borrowed my
Do you still?
I borrowed my brother-in-law's. My brother-in-law had to borrow my truck because he had to do something with it to haul a trailer. So he gave me his minivan. So for the past 2 days, dude, I've been driving around a minivan.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I'm
I
dead
drive
serious.
one every day.
Nothing wrong with
I
it, man.
swear to God, dude, I pull up in a parking lot, I put it in park, I get all the ladies looking at me. They just check me
You
out.
have kids, right? That's hot.
yeah.
You're a good-looking
We were
dad.
just talking about we were just talking about cars today and car names because I drove a minivan all through high school. And her
I
name-
did too.
It was a Chevy Chevy.
Chevy. It's a Chevy
Dude,
Ventura.
now you're man, I love them
Mexican too.
Chevys.
Yeah.
The Chevys.
Was a
Órale,
Chevy
los
Ventura.
Chevys. Yo tengo un Chevy.
El Chevy Ventura.
Silver.
It was
It's got the nice leather and todo.
It's a nice car. Is it for sale?
No, you don't get to talk like that.
Hey, whoa.
I thought you were Asian.
Political correctness. Yeah. Aren't you from the Philippines? What the hell? Anyway.
Yeah, I know. The story sucks now after all that. So it was a Chevy Venture, and her name was Vicky Venture. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, dude, I drove when I was in high school. The first like vehicle I had, and my mom gave me the old like '96 Pontiac Transport.
Gotta have one.
Yeah, it was sweet because I was kind.
You had to haul everybody's band shit.
Exactly.
You had
Yeah,
the
back then.
Transport?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Pontiac Transport. Yeah, it was.
Dude, that's
It's like a precursor.
The beveled in.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, dude.
It's like the precursor to the Pontiac, like Montana or some shit like that.
That's
But yeah,
why. That's why I always
drove
had
one.
vans in high school because I was. Oh, David,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, chill, guy.
Yeah,
you're fucking up the rhythm, dude.
Chill.
I was always hauling around my buddy's
It's
drum
on
set,
Facebook Live, bro.
so it was perfect.
Yeah,
You know, I was the
yeah.
only one with the van, but
I feel you.
I looked like a total ass.
No, dude. My vans were always tight. I had Chevy Astro vans. I had 2 of them. I got one in high school, and we had the most ridiculous fucking sticker. The thing was covered in stickers from front to back.
Dude,
I
that thing
had
was
12-inch subwoofers in the
so
back.
cool.
It was like that was the bandmobile. We took that fucking van all the way to Denver, Colorado, and back, and the whole time we had the title in the glove box because if this motherfucker breaks down, we were selling it. We weren't gonna get it back.
Wait, you're not supposed to keep the title in the glove box?
Well, dude, we were prepared. We were.
I do, which is I do straight up.
Wow, wow.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So we heard
Maybe.
about Johnny
I'll-
Viper's last your look with the mohawk,
Yeah.
and the punk rock, dude. Billy had some looks. though.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, let's hear about some of
Jack
those.
Link Sasquatch right there.
This is your best look.
It is.
I will agree.
It is
Dude,
the
that
best
is for
look.
sure.
Yes.
It
For
is.
sure.
Did I do
The
it?
best.
I did it?
That's the best Billy Bronsted
it.
I've ever seen, dude.
That's like
did
the
it?
most normal looking mustache you can get right there.
Dude, that is.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of cute on him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like it's good.
I
He's
mean-
like,
But it is what it
wanna
is.
kiss
Yeah.
You look so grown up. How old are you, Billy? No, 23,
24.
24. Dude, I remember where you were 17.
Yeah. Yeah, we listened to the record on the way up here.
Dude, I jammed
I hated
our
it.
last podcast. Did you hear the last song on our last podcast?
That's the guitar riff.
Dude.
Leave me at sea. You know?
The dueling guitars. Yeah, Billy actually, this trucker got really pissed off because Billy was jamming so much as doing his own air guitar solo, the dual solo. He was doing it, and he started veering into the semi, and the semi was like, the driver was pissed. Billy was trying to groove.
I get into it.
I liked your greasy, like
air guitar to his own
your
song.
greasy, confused teenager look.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you
it lasted until about 2 years ago.
And that's true.
It is.
you guys never even got to meet like 13-year-old skateboarding me, did you?
Dude,
Like,
you were just a grease ball when you were a
dude,
kid.
I had
What was your max trick you could do on a skateboard?
Dude, I
Kickflip.
was skating last night.
he
I was doing
was.
kick flips, heel flips, tray flips, pop
Dude,
shove-its. I was doing no comply
I've got
shove-its.
the best.
I
got the best Snapchat video of you doing the worst skate shit at your grandpa's cabin when you were in your driveway.
That's really specific,
Sam, are you
dude.
queuing up the clip?
I know.
All right, I might have.
Last night trying to come in.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I gotta find this
Here's the
shit
story.
now.
I was
Hold
doing.
on.
I was
Oh
doing
shit! I don't
kick
even have my
flips.
phone. I don't know where it's at.
No.
I was just doing like a lot of kickflips in my kitchen, right? The bar downstairs was closed, and I found my board. It was sitting over there.
Oh, you were in an upstairs apartment doing kickflips?
Yeah. It's
But it's a bubble bar.
Yeah. That's cool. No.
You're gonna go through the floor, son.
This is 4:00 in the morning,
Yeah.
and
That's the
bar
best.
closed.
The
You're
best
doing
time, by the way,
kickflips
to do
at-
kickflips.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kickflips at
When
4 a.m.
else would
dude.
you
I remember when I
kickflip?
used to.
Right.
I remember when
You
I
have to
used to
be,
kick.
you have to be
flip at 4 a.m.
drunk as
Yeah.
a skunk at
Yeah.
4 a.m. doing kickflips.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
I hope my phone. I hope my phone's in your car. I don't know
Dead
my phone.
sexy. Hey,
Yeah,
give me.
so I
dude,
broke a
I'll
board
throw
last
those
night
up.
in the kitchen.
Send those to me.
Did you
I
really?
was doing flip tricks, and I snapped the tail off, and so then I just like focused the whole thing.
Oh, you
right?
focused it, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Dude, tell me about how you focused it.
Yeah, I focused the whole deck, bro. I snapped the nose off like it was fucking gnarly. And anyway, so I broke the board, and I was like, fuck, the board's broken. So I started like scooting around on the rug in the kitchen, like like sliding it around. And
How
so
drunk were you?
We
He hadn't drank anything yet.
Okay.
This is pre-booze.
That's a bad question. Are you pouring? Are you pouring some? Yeah. I'll take.
No,
what do you got there?
that's the dark one. That's the the River Hog.
The River Hog.
I think
That's
there's
the
probably
hog.
enough for a pint in there. Yet.
It's a river hog.
There's a River Hog.
Oh, you're not gonna take it?
So anyway, I'm trying to slide around on this rug. I'm fucking it up, and then I try to run inside. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it foams up real bad. You gotta
God.
pour like half and then wait.
There's a
For
picture.
anybody that is not watching the video, there is this the most glorious head on this beer right now. And
You would say that.
it is what was the beer, John?
That's the River Hog.
The River Hog.
I think River Hog Stout. I think.
River Hog Stout from Sawmill.
Where's it from?
From Sawmill Brewing?
Company.
Where is Sawmill Brewing Company?
Sawmill Brewing Company
Just
is
down the
just down
road.
the street in Merrill.
Yeah.
We
Merrill.
may or may not have let John beat on a cajon all night while we sat there not playing anything at all.
Yeah, that happened.
Was there a good? Was there people there? Or was there a good
Yeah,
turnout?
Yeah, it was
a good
decent.
one.
It was really
Cool.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. There was like somewhere in the middle of the night we noticed there was like a party upstairs. I think it was like there's like the Newman like football team families were upstairs.
Yeah.
And like in the middle of the night, like we like stop playing and I hear music upstairs, which there's no stereos in there. And I've ever
Some
noticed.
assholes playing their fucking phone.
I got a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, so they're like
That
at
sucks.
some point they're like, you know what?
These
We're-
guys are horrible.
Yeah. This is our party. We don't care. We're gonna
yeah.
fucking do it the way we do it.
I love it.
Yeah. I love it.
That's us,
Dude,
To
it's-
a T. That's what we do, except with guitars in the other room in someone's kitchen.
Yeah, except
Yeah, I see.
we got two mains and a monitor to overpower whatever the hell's happening. So
Dude, my roommate in Florida, he played bass and he had a 215 cab Ampeg.
Oh,
the SVT 4 Pro or whatever.
right.
And we lived in an apartment at the time, and we ran across our neighbor once, and we're like, "Hey man, how's it going?" He's like, "Yeah, that bass is really loud." And we're like, oh yeah, sorry about. He's like, no man, it's really cool. When I'm cooking eggs in the morning, it rattles the pan on my stovetop. Keep rocking, bro. Awesome. So he's like, oh, all right. He thought he was gonna get like reamed out and like have to move out.
Dude, that was the opposite of what just happened to me. At our apartment, I don't like. So I don't. I don't have like. I don't have. All I have at my house is an acoustic guitar, and I was playing it, and I didn't know how late it was, whatever, and I was like jamming it. It was dark, so whatever, maybe 9, 10, 11, I don't know. So when I was drinking,
were you naked too?
I
Just
wasn't
in the
naked.
dark,
No.
no lights on, no clocks. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I live in an apartment building with tons of neighbors.
You don't have a phone? Like, where's your phone at this point? Where's the girl you live with?
I don't know. Yeah.
Keep going.
She either passed out or she was working, because
She
otherwise.
was drunk too. Okay.
Exactly.
All
Thank
right.
you. But yeah, I was playing an acoustic guitar real light, and then all of a sudden one day, or next day or the day after that, I get a call from the landlord people. They're like, all right, we got a noise complaint from the neighbors, and I'm playing real light, So we got a noise complaint from the neighbors.
Can you show us?
If you make another sound again,
Still
and get a
real light.
complaint.
Ooh, I left the ring on your guitar.
It looks nice.
It's dripping.
Dude, leave it. Leave it.
It'll stain. It'll look good.
Yeah, it's gonna look great. Looks like,
That's street cred. Leave it.
dude, leave
From
that.
me to you with love.
The more dings and shit I get in my guitars, it's like, dude, it
There it
literally
goes.
is like getting a tattoo or something. It's like,
That is a tattoo.
I could deal with that.
That's a good one. Right
I can
there.
deal with that.
So how lightly were you playing?
Yeah, let me see.
Just show me,
I'm
give me,
too-
what got you a noise complaint? Yeah, I'd call him.
Oh my god, dude!
Call the
You know what?
cops.
I'm-
Fuck this
I
guy.
can't play.
What he was actually playing.
I was trying to do this.
That's not so bad though.
There's
Yeah, that was way better. You should have done that. Nobody would have called.
Moral of the story: you just got to be good at your instrument.
All right, so yeah, I was playing super light, and I just get a call from a couple days later, and they're like, "If you get one more noise complaint, we're kicking you out. We're
That's
going to call the
crazy.
cops, and we're going to
That's
evict
ridiculous.
you."
That was noise complaint 1.
Yeah,
They were
the
like
very first
They were
one.
like 0 to like 4 middle fingers.
No tolerance.
Yeah.
No tolerance.
It was crazy.
No noise tolerance policy in this
No,
place.
I got one complaint the very first time playing guitar in my house.
Acoustic.
Yeah, it wasn't that loud.
You know what he sends me now? He's got a ukulele. He sends me his transcriptions of him learning all the things he knows on guitar on ukulele.
Yeah.
I get like Facebook fucking videos, little segments of him.
Like songs I know or like songs that we play. I'm
Yeah.
just like on a little.
Yeah, it's-
I mean, it's like this long. It's
look at those hands on a ukulele. It looks awful. That's the worst thing you've ever
It's
seen.
Just
so
molesting
hard.
it.
Yeah.
You're just molesting it.
Seriously.
It looks just like you're an alien playing like
hands
a
it
normal
really
guitar.
does.
Those hands don't belong, brother.
That's all I get now. I get to play this like Walmart ukulele and play all the songs I could figure out.
Dude, you need to get out of there fast.
Yeah,
Wow.
Lisa's coming up, so we're out. We're gonna.
So what are you doing
Appleton.
these days, Billy? What are you up to?
Well, making music with these guys.
What-
Friends.
Hold on.
writing
How
a
many
lot of
fucking
songs.
bands do you have now?
Well, that's really
57.
your math's off.
Recalculate.
It's
Well,
75.
I mean, the last time it was what, your solo shit, and then
yeah, no. So
Linus and Lou.
So like, I guess if you want to ask, like, as things are boiling down, I just keep writing songs and playing them with my friends at this point. And there's band names and things floating around, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm just like playing songs that I wrote with my friends wherever I am. So yeah, it's tough because I'm in like a transition. You know, I mean, like
So how did you? Dude, I thought that mustache was coming in strong, brother. We love you, dude.
No,
Hey,
no.
How did you advertise the show tonight?
Tonight?
As Linus?
So
or
what?
Billy,
What
or-
is this? This is like a
tonight,
like what is
actually,
all?
tonight was originally booked as a solo show, just me and.
So they advertised it as Billy.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, hey guys, let's do it as a gang, you know. And that's kind of been like the. It's actually a lot of philosophy that I picked up from him, from Sam over there. Like, he definitely taught me how to just like be like, fucking, let's do it together, you know. Let's bring the friends into it. Let's do it with our friends, you know, and invite the homies to play together. And so we meet people and we just like, you know,
Yes.
you connect well and you want to
cool,
play.
man.
Dude, that
and
is
we just
so
do it.
cool.
fucking exciting.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so like that's kind of what it is. Like we'll book a show, and then you know like it'll be like, yeah, this is like what you're getting, but then we'll bring a friend on. You know, someone that we like think is awesome.
But that's what it used to be, man. That's what's so cool about it.
But we want. It's not like we not go through the trouble of making sure like they're confirmed before we book it, because we know we can cover the time. But if we have a date, when a friend wants to come play, we and we want them to come play, like we'll bring them, you know, and that's is that a good justice to it?
Yeah,
is that a good justice to
Well,
it? I mean,
and
that's what it feels
what's so
like.
unique though about what you're doing is the fact that you can play a small venue, intimate venue is a better word.
Yeah.
Because you're not hauling in the gear.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and it's easier to bring your friends up.
it's a
you know, and it's not.
singer-songwriter,
Yeah,
so-
and that's cool because that's what it used to be, man.
Dude, and collectively, you guys have
cool.
so many fucking songs between Linus and One Strong Army
Yeah, yeah.
and Saving Cities and all your different bands you've ever been in.
Yeah.
Collectively, all these people have shit to bring.
And that's
Yeah.
what it
So
boiled,
cool.
That's what it boiled down to for me, and why I fell in love with folk music is because at my heart, I'm a songwriter. I'm a writer. I write songs. So I fell in love with folk music because it's just so honest and true to what it is to be a songwriter. You have an instrument to accompany you, to help you sing your melodies and express your writings and your songs, but everything else is kind of cast aside. And when you start getting people that know how to play the instruments together, you know, everybody kind of just
Well, let's hear a song, dude.
smells
Play a
together.
song.
you got
Yeah.
one on deck
I got
about
one
that?
Yeah.
Play a song,
You,
dude.
Billy's gonna play us a
You wanna
song
do,
about a writing song.
you, you got a pick?
You got a capo? You got a capo?
You need a capo. What do you need a capo for? Are you not smart enough?
I could probably figure it out.
Where's the cajon when you need it, man?
All right.
Buried in the car.
Do we need?
Oh shit! Here you go.
He's pulled one out of his back pocket, dude.
Damn.
Actually, I think it came out of his boot. I'm not sure.
Definitely planned that.
Let me grab another guitar. You're good.
Yeah, so that's kind of what it is. I don't know. So I guess the song that came to mind was Cockroach.
Yeah, man. Cucaracha. Oh no, this is Johnny.
I don't even know this song.
Whoever, man. Whoever.
We'll pass them around or something.
Beat on it like a fucking drum. I don't care.
So this one I'm gonna play.
Oh, that one's way jacked. Hold on.
Just do the drum on it.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Do the drum on it. It'll sound great. It'll
All
sound
right.
really good.
Go
Give
ahead.
me just give me a something to mute all the strings, like something to stuff under it.
You want a sock?
Anything? Yeah, or a rag or
He's
something.
got something in his
Let's
pocket.
say
Sam's
Sam's
got
got
it in
his
his
pocket.
pocket. Stick your
20
money in there.
Yeah,
dude.
give me all that.
Stick your $20 bill in there, dude.
I'm just gonna do this. This is perfect. Oh shit! Nice. I don't really need it right now because I'm just gonna fuck
Just
around.
play the body.
No, I know. I got it. Hang
Because you've
on.
been doing the cajon to it, so you know.
Yeah, I know. Hang on.
Stop yelling at him, Billy.
Yeah.
Yelling at him.
F-
Sound
You're
like
fucking micromanager, dude.
that? All right.
Managua.
Do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. Well.
Billy, play your best song ever.
Play your favorite song right now. Play the song that you're excited to
I
play.
just wrote it. It's called Cockroach.
Cockroach.
It's a
Cockroach.
song about.
Cucaracha.
Cucaracha.
You ever just say,
One R, not two.
you ever just say fuck
Cucaracha.
it and you just want to lay there?
Yeah.
You know, you just
Every
say,
day.
I don't give a shit.
Every day.
Yeah.
Right? So that's-
Every time I have to move my fucking legs, you know, I'm just
This
like,
song's called Cockroach, and that's essentially what it's about.
nice. All right.
cockroach. Yeah, all these things I know, just to watch them come and go. I'm 6.
Yeah.
I should have quit with the last episode.
Nah.
Alright.
Quit tomorrow. That's what I'm doing.
Above the bar, and I ain't too far. Bloody Mary and around the docks, throwing them back, just a drinking and drinking. Then I stumble up the stairs, get into my position. I'm a lie here on my back, just like a cockroach. Yeah, all these troubles I know, it feels good to just let them go. There's a woman in this town, my buddies tell me she's trouble. They say, watch out, boy, wear a rubber, make a double. I say, I don't know, but I think she kinda nice. Maybe I'll stay home tonight and think twice. I'ma lie here on my back, just like a cockroach. I guess I love that old woman from the other side of my window.
Yeah, dude. Wow!
The chords are a little far off.
Dude, you're a good songwriter, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, you do. Well,
He's one of my favorites.
I believe Billy is kind of like a bit of a prodigy. I mean, how old are
in
you,
this
Sam?
area,
You're
yeah.
35? Yeah, no, for real though. Like, indeed.
Get him, don't let us.
No, but you know what I mean.
No, I absolutely.
How old are
I
you,
mean?
Sam? You're 35?
36.
36?
Yeah.
I'm 35. How old are you?
36.
You're 36? I'm
Wait,
35.
What month?
July.
March.
Say hello to your new big brother.
Dude, so I think the way that maybe... Oh, John, how old are you?
28.
Okay, so you're probably like right on the border, but the way that like us...
What's up, Pops?
Maybe this applies to you, John. You'll have to tell me if it does, but like... Dude, when we were trying to figure out songs and stuff, it was like you would use the high school library computer to look up tabs, you know, or like the resources were not like as amazing. How did you learn how to play guitar? You took lessons, right?
Yeah, for like a year. Yeah.
But did you like YouTube a lot of shit when you were a kid though?
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, I definitely think that if you have the passion and drive in a kid my age, or kids younger than me, it's very the information is very accessible.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're looking for something and you want to know how to do it, if you are truly want to learn about something, you can.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
dude.
mean? You can't just like. It's not like you get to like know everything. You definitely get a chance to like, create a deeper meaning behind the accents of your personality, like the better, you know, like with the things that you want. The things that make you you, you definitely get a chance to like dig in and like your interests, they're more accessible, I guess, you know. So
Right.
you know, so in a sense, I guess, you know, that gives me a leg up, or kids my age a leg up, but at the same time, you know, if you're
Well, I
willing
don't.
to use
It's
the
not like
tools-
it's not a leg up or anything, but I'm so blown away with like with you and with a lot of dudes your age or younger who are starting bands and who are singer songwriters, and dude, like
Yeah.
those skills of that level like didn't exist not like that when I was a kid, you know, or not a kid, but I think you're 26 now.
24.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's how I felt about it. Like,
I'm trying to think where I was. I'm trying to just think where I was when I was 24. I don't know. I think I lived in Florida, I think.
That was the first time I picked up a guitar.
Really?
24.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, so you're also songwriter, singer, like...
Yeah, songwriter. I don't know. Like, I wanted to write a book when I first started, and then my notes were just poetry, and then so then I just wrote like poetry for a while, and then I did spoken word, and then just started like having like a friend play guitar behind it. I really liked it, and then picked up a guitar and wrote a song. Like, there's a longer story.
No.
It would take up too much time.
Yeah.
What are you doing with these guys though? Like how?
We met on Grindr, actually.
That's the best way to meet people.
Yeah, I just do it for homies.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I like advertise all of the things that you would want from a Grindr account.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we meet up, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Let's be buddies.
I mean, it's not gonna work out. You're actually pretty cool. You're actually a pretty cool guy.
Hey, dude, that's okay.
Dude, Grindr, the place for homies.
You need a homie?
Grinder.
Grindr.
That's great.
That's good.
Yeah, we just met through
Yeah, well,
around.
like the short and quick version that I know is that the Feed the Dog Boys, which were the One Strong Army guys, minus me and John, we're down in
John and I.
Yeah. It's all about me. They were down in Texas playing at South by Southwest. Sam and the group he was playing with at the time were down there, and they actually met as local Appleton bands. Yeah, at
That's
South
right,
by
that's
Southwest.
right.
They were like,
Yeah.
we're both from Appleton. We're down
Weird.
here.
I
And there's
asked
a,
my
you know,
buddy
and you know,
Deuce
like
to
the
have-
story of Dave
I was
and
like-
I and all that. Like we're, you know, so
Yeah.
those are like my old school homies. So then they come back from that thing, you know, knowing this guy, and they book him for a show. We're playing at the Great Dane, and Sam comes over and they play. That was when we met, right? Was it? Is that the Dane?
That's it. Yeah, the Dane.
And that was a shit show. It was a shit show. Everybody got too drunk.
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
fine.
It was fine. Oh yeah, sorry.
So by everybody got too drunk, you mean
Just because
you
Billy
got
got
too
too
fucking
drunk.
drunk?
I'm pretty sure John.
It's always me.
Yeah.
Everybody,
It's
no,
always me.
there was like,
Dude, you
everybody
two
was
bo-
fighting. Like, I was the first time I had met them, and so we played the show, and like it seemed like everybody was like in a fight with like whoever they were with like that night. Like it was just like.
Were
really
you two
weird.
fighting?
No.
No.
No,
No,
You boys
we don't
are-
fight.
Oh, we're good, honey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We fight it out under the sheets.
You two fucking dudes are
Dirty style
like
box.
serious troopers, though. Like anytime I've ever been around you guys, you don't fall asleep. Like
Yeah.
It's a problem, Sam. Sam's there too
No,
Yeah.
I love sleep.
when you get it.
the problem is, I'm the same way, dude. I'd go around the clock, but I hit a point where. I hit a point where my face hits the floor. And
Yeah.
I just don't.
I've seen it.
I know,
I've
dude.
seen it.
I know.
Yeah.
Were you there, Johnny Viper?
No, I wasn't. I actually heard about this night a bunch of times, like
Yeah.
different stories from him or Dave
Wow.
or
It
whoever
wasn't
else,
pretty.
Eric.
It was a good
Yeah.
time.
Dude, that took me
at the studio,
two
right?
years to recover from that.
Yeah,
night.
yeah. I wasn't there,
kidding.
but I heard about it though. I've heard many
I went through a
stories.
2-year recovery process where I had to sober up. Dude,
Can you tell some stories about like I don't know, I only know them, but you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
like,
Dude,
let's hear some old stories.
I used to
Let's
have-
hear some old stories.
Yeah.
I used to have a shop. My dad had a shop on the other side of town on the Wisconsin River. And my dad did like mill work and different shit in this old factory along the river. But there was my dad's business used to do really well, and at one point he built this little office building. But then things changed and business went to shit, and now my dad's got this office building that we're kind of just sitting on. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, you should let me put a recording studio in there." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'll give you some money for rent and whatnot, a little bit here and there." And dude, I had because I went to school for music, for production and
Oh,
engineering
nice.
and stuff, and
That's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
so so I ended up having this really cool place. And at the time I don't know how old I was, but I had two boys. My two sons were both born. They were both very young. Shit, you were there when one of my kids was born. Like damn near, I had to leave the studio
Yeah.
to go
I remember that shit.
to go to the birth of my second son.
Damn.
Dude, you were there.
Now you got 4 of them.
You were there the morning.
Hey, could you just calm down?
Now I've got 4. I've got 5. 5's on the way.
Yeah. Would you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
Hey,
It's crazy.
man.
Hey, Trojan.
Nah, dude.
Never heard of it.
Never
Never heard of
He's
it.
Catholic.
Obviously.
Brian's Catholic.
Dude, but so we had this cool spot along the Wisconsin River that was like, dude, the location was perfect. We were 2 blocks from a tavern that the guy who owned it was a party animal, super fun guy. We could host bands at the tavern. But anyways, I had Billy and these guys were like one of the first bands I started like seriously recording and taking an interest in what they were doing because I was fucking floored. I was so blown away by the combination of Billy, Dave, and Jake. Like those guys playing together, it was just like unfucking believable. It was on a whole nother level than what people around here were doing. And I even tried out for your band. That's how I met you guys.
Yeah, that is. You came over.
And you guys felt so bad because you were like, kicked me out, or like, we're going to get rid of this motherfucker. So let's let him record our record.
Oh, shit. I feel like that's not how it really meant to happen or meant to be.
Actually, Ryan.
I mean, I wasn't there. But.
Can I still be the singer of Saving Cities?
Well, you know what? I actually, at this point, please.
All right, dude. So,
we just really liked you. You're fucking rad to be around. Like, dude.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Thank you.
There's a lot of bullshit back then with making music and, well.
That's not coffee in your cup, Billy.
It's So
sawmill.
Yeah. So no, but there was
sawmill.
There was a lot of good things going on. We were making music, but we had like everyone was like had their heads up their asses in their own way, right? I mean, we all do.
Oh, just kids.
You know, yeah, exactly. And
you were like 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was trying to keep you guys together, like keep you on a fucking string.
And it was awesome. I'm like, I would if I went back, I would fucking make the record in that fucking building.
Oh, it was so fun.
The same time. I would do it exactly the same way we did it,
dude.
Every single bit of it. I would not change.
We spent like 2 years on that record. Like so many nights just staying up till the middle of just not doing anything.
Yeah, no,
like,
nothing.
Just having fun.
I was like trying to edit on Logic. I would like sit.
You did good, man.
I did some edits myself.
I'd fall asleep on the couch. Billy would just take over on edits. And... Dude, you saw awesome. Through that process of recording that record, the birth of my second son was born.
Yep.
My best friend's dad died.
Yep.
You were there both those days.
Paul's Logic book.
Oh yeah, the Logic. The program
is for the manual or whatever.
Yeah, for Logic.
Call it for Logic, the recording program Logic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it 8? Was it 8? 8 was the version that they have the book for.
Yep.
It has Paul Sirianni's name on the side of it. Excuse me if he doesn't want his name out in public.
Paul.
Paulie. What about? Hold on. Who's this? Was it Steve?
Steve. Yeah.
Dude, Steve. Hold on.
Did you ever meet Steve?
No, I never met Steve.
He never humped you in the face?
Dude, this guy makes it into every podcast.
Just so you know, Steve is a legend officially in my book, and I didn't hear about Steve until today in my car. Steve, you and me, buddy. We're gonna roll some dice. We're gonna do a little gambling, and then we're gonna play a game of beer pong, and then
he's gonna hump you in the face.
I gotta meet Steve.
It's funny is Steve.
How tame is he?
Right now he's a gentleman. He's a gentleman.
Can we?
If you met,
I can show you.
Can I just like cut like a rope? Just one. I don't even want to see. I want to see Steve like
the mystery.
Steve nowadays is a gentleman. He's a very nice young man. But you dude, you got to know how to get it out because you can get him there.
The
you can
maniac's in there.
Get him to the point where he's dancing, doing his dance.
So I'm curious to know a little bit more of like your. So you said you started playing guitar at 24?
Yeah,
6.
Tell him about it.
That's pretty late bloomer there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good story. I was always afraid to play music because I love it too much. I love music. Music it's gotten me through so much and like seen me through so much, and like I feel like I respect it so much, Like I grew up, my family was all very musical, like not very musical in the fact that we didn't play it, we just loved it, And so there was always music going on, no matter what was going on. We would like be playing board games. We'd be playing board games, and then there'd be a record on, and then there'd be like an old movie on, like in the background with no sound, and like that was like
Dude,
That's
that sounds
awesome.
incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was really
I like
sweet.
it.
It was really sweet.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
and so I just didn't ever want to mess it up, you know.
That's awesome, man.
And
So when did you start like actually performing like out? Yeah.
I
Writing
I was
writing your own
doing like
songs.
an open mic in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Tell me about Rogers.
Oh,
Please
man,
tell 'em about
I
Rogers.
know that's why.
Okay, thank you.
With Rogers Randall Jr., I love you.
Yeah.
So, like seriously, if it wasn't for that man, oh man, I wouldn't be here. Like he, so I was running bars and restaurants for a bit, and I started this. Man, damn it!
You got it.
I got
You
it.
got it. Rogers is
What do you
here for
think?
you.
Dude, I'm
I
right
want to
there.
know.
I'm right
I
there.
want to know.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I'm there. Yeah.
Tell. Yeah. I want.
So the first show, I only had written one song, and let's do it. The first show I ever had, I had only written one song,
How old were you?
and it was 24.
20. Oh, the
and-
same year you started.
Yeah,
Nice.
and like, pretty much, I asked my buddy if he would hire me at the bar that he owned, and he said, "Can you cover 3 hours?" And I said, "Yeah." I only written one song. I was like, "I'll figure it out. I gotta make money, so I'll figure it out." And like I heard, it was the day of the show, and I heard Rogers playing. I heard somebody playing saxophone in the middle of downtown Kenosha, and I walked around until I found the person who was playing, and he was sitting outside of a coffee shop just playing saxophone, just out into the just to hear it, because he loved listening to it, so good. And so I asked him if he'd play, and he looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, man." So he comes and didn't know that I only knew 4 chords, and I only written one song, and I was like, let's just see what happens. And so he just went, and I said, "This is the only thing I know." And so then he just he helped me shift through the music, and he said, if you ever mess up, don't worry about it, just catch it on the next one, And so we would just write songs on spot, or I would use poetry, and I would just do spoken word on top of just playing guitar, and then he would just play saxophone. And so that's how we would fill 3 hours to be able to make sure I would get paid to.
That's cool.
Dude,
That's
that's
crazy.
an incredible story. Cheers, man. That was great. Thank you.
Oh,
That's awesome.
cheers to Rogers.
Yeah.
Cheers to Rogers.
To Rogers. Saved me.
To Rogers.
Saved me.
Cheers, boys.
I'd like to hear a song if you'd like to play one.
Dude, will you play us a song?
Yeah, do it. I tuned it up kind of.
Take the wolf.
Yeah,
pack.
maybe-
Yeah, that one's a little better equipped, I think.
John, you might need to. You maybe need to swing.
There's
your
about
mic over, but maybe not.
There's about 100 guitar picks
way?
inside that thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe.
There's seriously there's a lot of them in there.
Oh, that's fine. I think. I don't really.
I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but
What if we do one of the ones that we're writing together?
Yeah. Do you want me to play the guitar?
Yeah.
while you do it?
Yeah.
Alright.
That'd be awesome.
So yeah, Sam and I have been writing together.
Oh,
We might as
yeah.
well do that. Might as well do the teamwork. You want
Hell
to do
yeah.
You want to do the crier?
Yeah.
That's a good
I'd
one.
been like.
Tell the story a little
I'd
bit.
only, I only know I'm not a guitar player. I'm not a musician. I'm a writer. I just love writing words, and the whole thing is a challenge. I'm a painter. I paint. That's who I am. I love making art. Music is a challenge, and I love it.
yes.
And so for this record, I wanted to put down my guitar because I was inhibiting the music that I would be able to play.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Because of my lack of knowledge with the guitar.
And you probably are thinking the whole time, like, if I'm in this arena of this writing,
Yeah.
I should have an acoustic or I should have a piano. You know what I mean? And you're just like, dude, you have enough foresight, hindsight, wide view that you're like, it's hurting my actual love for me. That's huge. Most guys would be like, no, I gotta play guitar.
Yeah, that's
Like-
what's cool about a band,
Yeah.
with Linus and the Lute, or like me and him or whatever. It's usually me on guitar and him on banjo, and then we tried out the get just him on guitar and then me on the cajon and the shaker.
Yeah.
And
I really
cymbal.
like that vibe.
And
I'm
like-
really
This
liking
guy,
that vibe a
this
lot.
guy knows how to hold the rhythm
I'm really
down
loving
well.
that vibe a lot.
Like I realized like tonight.
Johnny Viper got the beats.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I
It's
tried
nice. It's
I
nice.
tried to like play the cajon with Sam while he was playing.
It's really fun.
It didn't
and
make
moves.
any sense.
Yeah.
And then John did it, and I'm I grew up playing guitar and drums.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense when I was doing it. Right? It was like ugh. And then John sits back down and picks his shaker up and. It just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Yeah, it's fun. It's like what you were talking about. It's like it's kind of like you take a step back and realize if you want to like succeed at what you want to make, like your idea. You know, if you want to make that happen, sometimes you gotta fucking.
Yeah, you gotta.
You know,
yeah,
you gotta step back a little bit. You know.
Yep.
So what's this song called? I know you just said it,
Losing
but-
again.
Losing again.
Losing again. Yeah. I was in a relationship with someone who I played music with for the last 3 years. A wonderful woman. We were supposed to get married on October 13th. Just a few weeks ago. A couple weeks ago. A week and a half ago. And that's not happening anymore, you know. And but it's for the better, you know. Like, it's for the better for both of us. And like I wish her the best. And I love her with everything inside of me. But either way, it's we're both losing. You know? Let the wind blow through your shoulder and roll down your back. Never thought we would falter. Here we are, losing track of all the faces that we know, and all the places that we've grown. It seems I'm losing again, losing my home. I'm losing again. My only friend is losing. So where do we go from here? It's time we face all our fears. The past just falls away to bring the brighter day. I'm losing again. My only friend is losing.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
Sir, that is some really heavy shit.
That's very nice.
Heavy, yeah.
That's cool.
Thanks.
Thanks for sharing that.
Hey,
Thank
thank you,
you.
dude. Seriously, thank you for
Thank-
sharing that.
Thank you.
That's some really heavy
Thank you.
shit.
Thank you. It's,
Awesome, man. That was so,
Yeah.
dude, fantastic, man.
What? So, what are you doing, Sam? Are you trying to put together a record or get something out, or what are you working
Yeah.
on?
yeah,
We're writing together.
yeah.
Writing, recording.
So, and there's I don't
We've
know. It's
been-
just like I think that one of the things that's been the most interesting thing in my life is the fact that I don't play music, you know, and so I just respect people that do. And somehow, in some way in my life, I've been able to be surrounded by wonderful musicians, you know, and just wonderful people. And that's like that's the only way that I'm able to still do anything. And so I just like I think that creating, the more people you include, you know, the better it is for everyone. I think sometimes you think that like you're just trying to grab everything so fast. You know, like you're so afraid that other people are gonna take it from you because like there's so many other talented people. But man, there's people that just want to see something beautiful, and it doesn't have to be about you all the time. It doesn't have to be about look at what I'm doing. There's some wonderful musicians I've come across, but they are so self-aware and they care so much about how good that they are that they don't get the fact that it doesn't matter how good you are. It's how good did you make people feel while you played the music.
Yeah, when I was living down in like Fort Worth, Dallas area, like 08 or whatever, I was in this band I was playing drums for. It was like a pop punk band or whatever, which was at the time in like 2008 to 2009ish. For some reason, like wasn't popular anymore. It's kind of like right after that shit ended. So I'm the drummer in this like pop punk thing, you know.
Wait, how old were you?
18 or 19, I think. Yeah, I was young.
The
We're talking
sexiest drummer you'll ever see.
Join my new band. That sounds perfect.
all right, I'm in. Hell yeah. So I'm playing drums in this band. I'm like 18, and but what I noticed is like anytime I go out and play a show, like sometimes we'd get booked with bands that were like pop punk bands too, or like sometimes we would be like the fourth band and on a bill that was just all death metal. You know, just like the craziest shit. Because I joined that band when I went there. They were looking for a drummer, and I actually found them on Craigslist. I'm like, hey, I can play drums. Because they're like, yeah, we got our own drum kit and everything. Like, you don't have to bring anything. I'm like, cool, because I don't have any of that. I'm just gonna try it out. That was after me, you, and Dave.
Yeah.
But
Get Naked?
yeah. And
That was the band name, Get Naked.
or it was
Boom,
before,
shaking.
right before that. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm like down there, and the one thing I noticed, like like the difference between here and there, is like here there's like a community of artists, musicians, whatever, any of that kind of just local artsy talent, whatever it is. Here, people are like about helping you, you know, about like assisting you in getting greater, you know, like rising up and actually making something of yourself. But when I was down there,
It's like
anything,
squash the other guy.
yeah, anything with arts or bands, especially bands, like sometimes you go to shows and they wouldn't even talk to you. Like you go and talk, hey man, what's up? Like I'm so and so, and like we're playing this. You'd be like, you just like wave you off. You just be like, yeah, fuck off or wwhatever. I'm like, that, like down there, it's like if you're playing with a band on the same bill on a night, it's like you're the enemy.
Someone from, just let me say something real quick. Someone from Texas is gonna hear this and go, he doesn't know the right people. So I just want to throw that out there.
But that's
Just the fact that like it is like I think that there's like collectively there's just those same type of people that are going to be in every different state,
Yeah.
in every different county, and every
Well,
different
and that's the
city.
You
thing.
met the wrong guys. You met
yeah,
the wrong guys.
and that's the thing is like for the down there the longest time I met all the wrong people that were just like, well, if you're better than us, you're stealing the spotlight, so fuck you or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you
But,
feel do you ever feel like sometimes like I'm feeling it like because I'm saying this because this is the way I feel is that like if I say something I'm only projecting off what I'm actually like the way that I actually feel. Do you know what I mean? And like the when once that changed in my head, the way that I like the more that I change the way I think about myself, the more that it's changing around myself.
Mm-hmm.
The more the way
Aliens
There-
coming.
I totally, dude, I totally understand where you're at though.
Well,
I
when
do.
you're saying,
I get
like,
it.
yeah. The more like the way the more you shift the way you look at yourself, the more your world changes.
Yeah.
So it's all about your perspective.
Dude, did you hear Tom DeLonge on the Joe Rogan podcast and his rant on
Oh my
aliens?
god, when was that?
Dude, if you have not watched that episode of the Joe Rogan podcast, you have not lived.
Is it recent?
Space
Tom DeLonge.
Exodus 9000.
Yeah, I know.
Tom DeLonge.
I know
Seriously,
he's
dude.
like trying to build
Seriously.
spaceships to go into fucking space for.
I don't know if
whatever
he's
else.
lost it or he's onto something.
I don't know,
You
man.
got it.
He went off for almost 2 hours about. Dude, he knows
I know
what's going on.
I actually watched a video on Facebook. He was talking about how he has like all these Air Force military people working on all these spaceships and shit for him, and like all like getting the plans for all these shit.
He knows people.
He
knows people.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on, dude?
Alien stories, like encounters.
No.
I do actually.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if it's like an alien.
All right, let's do this.
Did you get probed?
No, I wish.
Please
Not
tell
that he
us.
knows of.
Please
Not
tell us
that he
you did.
knows of. Not that he'll remember.
right.
I'm gonna be the first guy to just so you know, first guy to take a smoke break on the podcast. I'm gonna do it.
What?
You can't.
Yeah.
Dude,
All right,
he can't.
hold on.
We're on a
No,
schedule
and here's
here,
the deal.
man.
You guys-
Where are we at? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah,
here?
I was gonna say we should probably do these and then.
Okay, well, we're doing a wrap up the podcast. We'll talk about aliens and shit
let's wrap it
outside
up.
of the
Yeah,
podcast.
Why don't we
Let's
just?
do it.
When are you gonna be back
wrap it
next?
up.
When are you gonna be
I
back
want
next?
you guys.
Let's do it.
I
Let's
really
do it
wanted to
again.
take a
Yeah.
moment to
How
like
about we do it
spotlight.
again?
Okay,
Yes.
so Sam, where are you playing next? Where can people find you?
We're playing together
Tomorrow, actually,
Yeah.
in Rhinelander.
Okay,
At the
by the time
Rhinelander.
this show comes out, it's not gonna
well,
matter.
too late.
We're also playing next weekend in Rhinelander, and then the weekend after will be.
What are
in
people looking for? Are
Appleton.
they looking for Billy Bronsted on the bill, or are they looking for Linus and Loot?
It's
or what?
it's a mix of both right now.
So what does it say on the flyer
You know
though?
what?
What's
Just-
the bar
I'll be
advertising?
honest,
The
you know
next-
what?
the next-
Just look. Everything that you need to find is going to be under my page.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
Billy
I
Bronsted,
cross post
the musician
everything
page,
with the
yeah.
band and all that, but everything you're going to need to find. If you want to find these guys or anything, just look Billy Bronsted up.
Okay.
Whether
On
or not,
Facebook?
it's booked.
So
as a
Sam's
band,
there too. They
Yeah.
can find you there.
Not
Yeah.
always, but most
I
of
don't
the time.
do Facebook
Yeah.
anymore.
Where do
Yeah,
people
like,
find your music, or what
just
is?
federalhippie.com. Federal hippie with a Y.
Okay,
Next time we'll
you
talk
heard
about
it.
that story.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll get another Sawmill date on the books. We'll come back and let's do it again. Let's hang out again.
For sure. And next time we got to get Sawmill to really step up. What, they sponsored one growler?
Well,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
all we
had to
got.
buy how many?
well,
I
didn't push. I said I told him the story.
I hope for that this episode is a stone cold hit. And those, and I hope that somebody hears about their beer and a ton of people go in there and buy it. So next time they give us 2 growlers.
Yeah, I think we can pull 2 next time. I think we got this.
I mean, first of all, shout out. It's good beer, right?
It is pretty good.
Come on.
Shout
It
out.
works.
Shout out.
It should not.
I'm
have,
enjoying it.
should
It's making
not-
me feel
It
good
should not have
inside.
taken us. It should have not have taken us till the end of the episode to let them know how good their beer is. But we're here now. Ripsaw. What was the name of
I
the?
think we went
IPA?
over this, mate.
I like
Yeah,
we talked
did,
about-
we
we
did.
did talk
we
about all
did
this.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did this
All right,
already.
all right. You know what?
It's okay, Billy. We
Shoot
can
me.
edit.
Shoot me.
Think about that cigarette, son.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking about.
No, so Billy,
Or
so
red in your life.
people can find Sam at federalhippie.com.
Damn it.
Yep.
With a Y.
People can catch Billy's shit at Billy Bronsted.
Yep.
Just find him on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Google me. Find me on Facebook.
For sure. And Johnny Viper is always with
You got a
these
hand? You got
dudes.
Twitter handle or something? Dude?
Well, John-
Instagram? Like,
No, I mean-
I feel like your Instagram's probably like smoking.
I don't even have one.
All right, never mind. I'm
Not
off.
to sell you short, but you're a really good musician, and
Thank
you
you.
like John plays guitar with these guys,
Yep.
and whatever auxiliary percussion or whatever, and
And
sings
like an
harmonies.
angel.
Yeah.
Like an angel.
Like an
So
angel,
not
like a
to
virgin.
not to sell you short. I mean,
No, it's
you're-
good, man.
Un ángel.
but seriously, it's a treat. I didn't get to see these guys tonight, unfortunately. Did you play tonight, Sam? Did you play anything?
Yeah, he played a few.
Okay,
We all played together a little bit.
that's kind of a bummer I didn't catch that. Maybe after the show we can jam around a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be
Jum,
fun.
jum.
We got
I
all
feel
the
like
we got all the shit in the car.
I feel like I have a perfect outro song for this.
hear it.
That Sam and I wrote last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Last night?
we had a bottle of wine.
I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it.
Hell yeah, here we go.
We're trying to get Moscato sponsor.
This is it.
So this is our,
You guys drinking
sponsor.
Moscato?
Yeah. That's how you know you've gone all wrong. Or so right. Sorry.
So
Moscato sponsor.
yeah, so somebody please make this wine for us. The title is Guantanamo Moscato.
What? Guantanamo Moscato?
Guantanamo.
Moscato. Es mi favorite. Grape to drink.
Moscato.
Guantanamo.
I fucked it up.
Es mi favorite grape to drink.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys rock. Safe travels to your next show. Peace out.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Miss Schmitties.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ryan and Dave Save the World. If you'd like to support the podcast, do us a solid and share it on all your social media platforms. If you'd like to chime in, get a hold of us, or just leave a comment, we're on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Google Play Store, Podbean, and don't forget to email us, ryananddavesavetheworld@gmail.com. One love, y'all. Catch you on the flip side.
Well, you're always here to listen. You're always here to speak. I'm growing like the grass from underneath. And I'm trying to write songs, ones that make me right. I'm trying to be strong, trying to fight. I'm rolling up my sleeves, I'm doing what I gotta. And I know that he believes he's my father. So I'm doing what I can, 'cause everything I am is my old man. So hear the words I say, I am my old man today, old man today. He's done some wrong, he's done a lot more right. My father is the water, he is the light. Do my best to impress him until the day I die. No day will come when he's not by my side. And no one taught me better, and I didn't always listen, but he always kept the lead in my ammunition. For the battles that I live, not food in the fridge, I gotta be a good kid for my father. So